Greetings, fellow craftsmen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, episode 35, Building a Workshop. Zeusin with a creativity. Okay. Question for all of you. Zeusin has a construction of 15. She could make a bed. She could try for a legendary billiards table. She could make a dining table. Bed, dining, billiards. Billiards obviously would be the most expensive of the three choices so far. I don't have hospital bed research done, so it can't be a hospital bed. What do the current beds look? Masterwork, masterwork, excellent, excellent, legendary, good. So pretty high quality beds already. It's not to say they couldn't stand for better ones. Is there anything else I could make? I could try for a royal bed, but that would be a little extreme. Armchair, I guess, but I don't want to waste the cloth, so probably not. So dining table, billiards, bed. And the billiards table is already masterwork. I didn't include the poker table because it's already legendary, so there's no point. Can't get better. And she doesn't really do art. She could try to craft. So I'll include craft into what to make rather than construct. And if you want me to craft, we are not that close to blowback and gas op, but I could try to rush blowback and gas op to get like a heavy SMG crafting or something like that. So there is the possibility of doing heavy like a legendary or masterwork heavy SMG if you guys want. Nice, 160 more steel. And the wood-fired arc is still powered up for 5 more days. Basically, one person on like wood mining at all times seems to be like a comfortable amount in order to keep the arc fired. Would you want me to make a plasteel sword for fish pick? I don't have the plasteel for that. I could start deep drilling for plasteel. The problem is the plasteel sites are aren't tapped yet, and it's way too cold to build the infrastructure for it. So even if I wanted to get plasteel right now, it would take too long to probably obtain it, and I'd lose the inspiration before I could gain the sword. The storeroom is walled off still? Ah, yes, so it is. Alright, you guys want me to craft, I think? So, melee or ranged? If melee, right now I don't, so I would need to do some research. So if I wanted melee, I would need to research probably long blades for a longsword. And if ranged, I'd need to research probably gas ops for heavy SMG is probably the best bet. So I'll have you guys vote on that. Let's get the grow lights back on. Now the batteries are all topped up. Now I'm going to have Zeusin take a break from fabrication just to try to push towards heavy SMGs, seeing how the poll is going. And then with some of the steel that we whipped up, I'm also going to get another heater so that we can mine iron and coal at the same time for more steel. There were plasteel sites, but like I just said, it's winter. We can't build the infrastructure for a plasteel site without literally dying. So I'm not considering it. Trying to build walls in negative 86 Celsius is a really good way to actually die. It's not an exaggeration. It could actually kill us. So that's why I'm not considering making like a plasteel sword or anything like that. Because, well, I don't want to actually die. Wasn't one inside? That was gold. Gold is inside. So, reminder about our sites. There's gold here that is inside our walls. There is plasteel out here. Close to wood, but like not close enough that it will be easy to get to. There was plasteel here, very close to the iron, but again, I don't really want to build the infrastructure. And the time to build the infrastructure in order to get that stuff, the inspiration is probably going to be gone. It's also a moot point because the vast majority voted that I do ranged anyway. Alright, you're going to need to just stand there for a while. You are so cold. So Zeusin is trying to research gas ops for the SMG, and then I also need a machining table paired with that, right? You don't really get one without the other. I'm going to move poker here and get a machining table up. Which is why I'm moving the deep drill once this portion is done, and do I trust Pierogi to do that? No, I really don't. Get Zeusin to make the heater. Okay, so we're going to be done mining wood for a bit so that we can try to pile up the steel, because I have a bunch of new things that need steel. So Zeusin, you're up. Let's have you research the good table. Oh, I turned on the wrong thing. At the good bench. Did someone just move the poker table already? Oh my god, fine. I'll have you move it. And then fish pick is... okay. So what I'm waiting on is this heater to be moved into position. Pierogi, I'm going to have you do that. And that way, whoever's mining the coal doesn't, you know, perish. So we have 6 more days of creativity. Hopefully we get gas out before then. And if I do see more of the colonists idle, the other thing I could do is to have the other colonists be able to use the simple research bench, and only Zeusin have access to the high-tech research bench so that they can help out with the research as well. Maybe I do that now. What I'm going to do is duplicate the close zone. Call this Zeus. Zeus on the Zoo zone. And everybody on close will not be allowed at the high-tech bench. And that way I can... and then inversely, the Zeus zone will not be allowed here. So that if anyone's idle, they can help out with low-tech research. Okay. 1 meal left. Copy that. And the workshop's coming together-ish. Alright, if we want to mine coal, we're going to have to close these doors. I just realized it's negative 64 Celsius in there. Very much lose your digits type of temp. And almost all the flooring in the workshop is done, which is awesome. Oh, you aren't sleeping. My bad. So we are a third of the way to gas up. Making really good headway, so I'm not too concerned about meeting that deadline. The deadline I am concerned about is the amount of steel that we're going to need for the project. Because we're going to use a lot of it for getting the machining table, so I want enough left over for SMG once we get all the research done. Luckily, machining table is one of those things you only make once. And for now, while the workshop is like dark and cold, or darker and colder than the rec room, I'm building everything in here. Eventually I'll move it over to the workshop. Alright, if you're starving, get yourself some grub. Alright, machining table's up. And here's what we can machine right now. So none of the weapons are, like, sexy for inspiration. I'll wait until we have... waiting until we have blowback, and the SMG should be really nice. Our steel count is just over 100 now. Well, 170, 180 or so. Just shy of 180. That's not too bad. So in terms of the inspiration, what quality do you think we're going to get? I'll put up a prediction. What quality for the heavy SMG? Masterwork Plus or not Masterwork Plus? Let me make sure that that's a good threshold. So she's at crafting 12. Inspiration brings it up to +1. So let me try to figure out where the middle ground is. Make sure Masterwork is a reasonable threshold. So 12. Yeah, that's a good enough bet. So predictions are up. If you live in a country that allows predictions, and good luck. It'd be really nice to have better weaponry, for sure. Oh god, you are cold and not close to the base. Run! I think at this point that those chunks not safe. Too far. Axios has gotten hypothermic too many times going down there, so I'm just gonna stop. We still have 4 days of fuel left on the art, which is great. And the workshop is squared away. So I'm going to start moving production facilities down there. There we go. Given the how cold it is in here, I'm just gonna leave the door open. I don't think it matters that much. Oh, Madsen. Losing a toe. Get somewhere warm, dude. So slowly we'll be phasing this out as a workroom and just have it be properly recreation and dining. I don't have bedrooms yet, but eventually we'll phase bedrooms out of that as well. Oh god, gonna brown out. Can you all flick? There we go. We're up to 165 steel, and we are more than halfway to gas up. The push right now is going to be to try to get gas ops so that I don't lose the opportunity for the inspiration. So if I have to keep the grow light sun lamp off, that's fine. Maybe what I'll do is have one other person other than Zeusin on the bench at all times, minus maybe Wishbringer, who's like atrocious at research. It's not to say I think they're going to be good researchers, but like more hands make quick work of that stuff. Volcanic winter. Okay, I think we're about to set some cold winter temperatures. Here we go. Into the real cold. I'm just going to be blue for this. Blue is now my new camouflage. So let's see if we... I don't think we've ever reached negative 90 Celsius, but I think we have a very real chance of getting there now. With that in mind... The close zones? Yeah, guess what? We are not going to be going out of the base very far. Negative 89. That's an Earth record, I think. Negative 90? Yeah, that's Earth record. For sure. I think, hold on, let me DJ. Custom music. I know it's technically combat music, but cold is a threat. The city must survive. Where's the raids now? They can't. Raiders wouldn't survive, so the storyteller's like, nah, you get raid reprieve. It's too cold for raids. Tomorrow night's probably going to be even worse than tonight, I'm going to guess. Whew. Alright, Zeusin, are you asleep? No, you're still working. Axios is getting hypothermia in the base. I mean, that's pretty bad. Let's make some steel, please. What is with basic not being triggered? Now, the mining sites are still somehow, like, maintaining normal temps-ish. So I'll not restrict them. Yo, Axios, don't... Just quit trying to kill yourself via cold, man. We are getting brownouts. Alright, grow light gets bye-byed. Steel's up to 250-ish. Looks like most of this rice is ready to be harvested, so I'm just going to do a big batch of harvest and then replant them. Inspired trade, yeah, that'll never happen. So even walking back from the coal mining site runs a risk of hypothermia. Got it. Ouch. At least it's pretty out. Our volcanic winter has an aurora. Take what I can get. And we have more coal than we have iron, so we have enough for 2 batches of steel for the coal, but iron lagged behind a bit. One of the problems of the deep drill physically being farther is anytime there's an idle miner, they always go to the coal first because it's closer. But it's less in need. So with that in mind, hit fish pick with a work drive. Maybe we can get... I'll try to micromanage fish pick to the iron site. And Zeusin's getting pretty close to the research needed for heavy SMG. Negative 95. Yeah, this is a proper Frostpunk temps. Frostpunk's like most dangerous temps did get to like negative 150, but that's only when you had like overdrive for your heaters and all that. We're at almost negative 100 Celsius, so I know it's not quite the worst of the Frostpunk moments, but we'll get there. I'm sure we'll get there. In fact, it's kind of part of the plan. All right, so that research is done, meaning we can go back to Fabricator, but in the meantime, we're going to queue up a heavy SMG. To be handcrafted by Zeusin. Hopefully, one that is Masterwork Plus. So the reason why I haven't been cranking these out is it's pretty expensive, steel and component-wise. It's not to say it's not worth it, but I'd rather only wait for, like, inspirations, I think. Here we go. And I have to make sure that she doesn't, like, freeze to death while doing it. Because it's pretty cold in there. Okay. I'll just babysit her. I did say that I would micromanage... Oh, good. He is going to the deep drill. Perfect. I don't actually have to do anything. Prepare a while. Probably don't need to do very much to thwart this raid. Because I'm going to guess these guys are going to... Oh, God. What the hell? Yeah, they're going to freeze to death, like, way before they raid me. But they showed up with, like, Doomsday launchers and stuff. Not cool, dude. Not cool. God, so 2 Doomsday launchers, 2 triple launchers. But because they're prepare a while, they're gonna just get frozen to death. Like, I won't really have to do very much. So I'm gonna intentionally open up this door so that we can lure them in a secondary path more easily. Zeusson still has 3 days left for creativity, so it's not urgent. I don't really even need to check their like the warmest of warm clothing, meta warmth clothing of like Mega Sloth wool everything has like insulation values that would allow you to sustain these temps, but like apart from that, you're just not going to survive these temps. So I don't really need to worry about it at all. Even if they have like 2 Doomsdays and 2 triples. Yeah, 2 Doomsdays, 2 triples, a sniper rifle. They're armed, but they're also going to be frozen. So they're armed and desperate. Let's go ahead and recall our miners for now. So I'm going to shut down the mining wing. You don't need to go clean trash. So behind the walls for everybody but fish pick. And to update the behind the wall zone, let's close. So this door will be the door closed for raid purposes. So I'm going to allow them to go here and here. Alright, they're beginning their assault. Taking a look at body temps. Minor, shiver, shiver, serious, serious. Shiver, shiver, serious, minor. So I can play for time. Taking a look at how serious, minor, minor, minor. Oh, almost everyone is hypothermic. So if I just like make them have to walk around a bit, they're just going to die from the ambient temp without me doing much of anything. So that's the plan. Cardinal, is that the fastest you can move? Because if it ain't, get the F moving. Oh my god. You're gonna get doomsdayed. Alright, so now everyone's behind the walls. This is no longer a valid path. They have to path here. That's gonna waste a whole lot of their time, and they're gonna freeze to death in the process. Yeah, he wasn't running. Oh, I think one already died. Yep. He wasn't running, he was just like traipsing. Let's do valid path here next. Just to like further mess with them. And I'll just keep switching around just to mess with them. Fish pick switching it around again. So the people checking for this valid path are going to end up tripping the traps before they realize that they can't get in that way. Zeusson's going to take a little break from weaponsmithing. Oh, there goes another one. The next valid path will be here, because no one is close to this door. Okay, one of their raid groups fleeing. I don't mind using ambient temp against the enemy. One of the reasons why I don't keep it as like so deadly cold all the time is if it was like this cold all the time, human raiders would just not be a factor. And it would make things over easy. So yeah, they're all They all froze to death. Bye! Pleasure having you here. Note to self, when I burn this Doomsday launcher, be very, very, very careful about how close I am with the Molotovs. Because, death by removal of weapons would be pretty stupid. Can they even make it off the map? Like, I doubt that they will fare very well. I mean, maybe. We'll see. Some did, but most didn't. Why not just shoot it to something? Because it's impossible and also against the rules. It's biocoded, and I'm not allowed to use the weapons of dead people via the rules. So, for both those reasons, I will not just shoot it at something. Okay, drum roll, guys. We're about to get the SMG. Maybe not yet. Pretty soon. Just as a friendly reminder, not trying to call any specific person out. Reminder about the detail of the rules. Human corpses may not be stripped or butchered, and their weapons may not be used or smelted. It's pretty straightforward. Can't use any of it. Now, corpses is the optimum word. If they are down but not dead, I'm still counting them as corpses unless I intend to imprison and rescue. So in the cases of, like, let's say, Wishbringer and Cardinal and JD, I took their biocoded weapons and put them into storage because I intended to give it back to them once they joined. So it's basically, don't use the goods, don't use the armor or the weapons of anyone that won't become, you know, members. So, and then, you know, I regularly see things about trade. Faction may not trade with anyone. So, there is no trade. It's just worth reminding people, those are the rules. So, whenever I hear, like, hey, strip them for their gear, it's like, no, I can't. I won't and I can't. Alright, Zuzan. So what do you got for us? You're gonna make a legendary? And those details are always available for you to read, so you don't have to wait for me to, like, pan to the screen. It's in chat to make it really easy for you to have access to that information at any given time. Nope, was not masterwork. Plus, it was excellent. So, prediction. 55% of you thought that this would be the case, so congrats to the majority. Still a big upgrade. Who should get that upgrade? Cardinal, maybe? Or Pierogi? I'm going to give it to Cardinal, because Cardinal's tough. And likely to be alive longer during a fight. And then this biocode revolver can go into the water. Axios. So the research for fabrication is going to come back. And Axios, you have a lot of, like, dead bodies everywhere. Okay, I'm quoting Korn. To clean up here, because I don't want to have to step over dead bodies to get to our mining tunnels. Throw this at max range and stand back, because that thing's going to go up. So I could, again, I'm choosing not to use the Doomsday launcher as, like, an IED that we set fire to. I'm not trying to... I have rules to follow. I'm not trying to fudge the rules and be like, well, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't strip, you know. Rules are rules, and I'm going to abide by them. and not try to find loopholes for my own rules. Because they are my own rules that I intend to follow. I'm not trying to violate them through technicalities. So I'm going to try to clean up all the corpses on the map tile so that they are not being counted against me for colony value. Oh, shut down the machine bench. Good call. Very much need the power. And I'll shut down research because, you know, she's asleep. It's like snowing, so I probably am not going to be able to remove any more corpses, I think. No, they did burn. But I'll wait for the others. Alright, the mining tunnel. Let's get that back online. Now that there isn't an impending raid threat. Oh, you know what? Actually, scratch that. We don't have enough wood queued in the Ark. So I'm going to go back to wood mining. Cardinal and fish pick are already doing it. Cool. Hey, Stash. Thanks for the raid again, man. How's playing Wilds? I have not picked it up. I heard through the reviews in the grapevine that it is a hardware hog. And if you don't have a beef computer, you should avoid playing. Is that indeed the case? And thanks for the raid notes. Oh, a siege. Well, that's quaint. I guess I'll technically be red for this raid, because, like, it is a raid, but this siege is gonna... Wow. They're just gonna freeze to death. Why did they do this? I don't know. Pierogi and Zeusin, you want to... Oh, actually, Zeusin, you go research. Pierogi and Wishbringer. Wishbringer, what's your shooting? 7, I think? Wow, I have a good memory. Let's have you guys have some fun. Honestly, no, I'm gonna have them fire. I mean, one could make the argument of not firing because these guys are just gonna freeze to death. But I'd rather make it... I'd rather not just, like, sit back and wait for that to happen. That's probably enough shells. I'm mostly just interested in slowing them down. And giving them, like, burns. So that they're more likely to pass out. Actually, let's shoot some more at them. That was kind of fun. It was cathartic. It's not effective, but it's cathartic, and that counts in my book. I have played so I skipped Rise as far as Monster Hunter goes, but I do have a lot of hours played in World. From what I heard, World was better than Rise anyway, and am I right to think that Wilds is kind of a return to World over Rise? Again, this is like through the grapevine, and also opinion. So they are now assaulting me. Those that are dead here died from hypothermia more than, like, my own gunfire. But we did manage to preserve steel and components and cloth and meals. So that's pretty good. We didn't destroy too much here. And they're coming in for a raid. They're valid path attack targets here. So I can just sit back and, like, watch them collapse due to cold. I don't really need to do very much. closing that door. And now they have to go around. I'll just micromanage the colonists to make sure that they don't get themselves hurt. It actually looks like some of these enemies are... No, I mean, their hypothermia is serious enough they're going to flee. But Axios enjoys killing people, so I'm going to give him the opportunity to do so. I'm just kind like that. You only heard good things about Worlds? Yeah, Worlds was solid. Yeah, there they go. Bye, Raiders! Worlds was a lot of fun. And pretty good balance in terms of, like, weapons people would use. I heard negative things about Rise in that, like, there was metas, and if you didn't build meta... Like, again, this is just hearsay. I never played it for myself. But if you didn't use what was meta, you were very ineffective. I'm not sure that is still true, if it was ever true. But that's at least what I heard. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Frostwardens.